connects people. Connects people, both the audience to the stage, but audience member to audience member. Gets people out of their slippers, gets them into a chair, gets them into a seat. It requires more imagination than Netflix, and it will stimulate intellectual conversation. So I think theatre's still got a place. In fact, anything live, anything that gets you out of the digital realm still has a place in the world. Marian Street Theatre was my first theatre gig in Sydney. So I'd been a very successful production manager in regional theatre, if you can be a successful production manager in regional theatre, doing lots of tours all over the place. I got a job at the theatre as a technician, in fact they called it head technician, and it's a real bootstrapped kind of theatre. So you'd help the set guys put the set in, they'd help you hang the lights. It was a real joint effort for everybody to make things happen. Well, I guess the question would be, if it was knocked down and they replaced it with apartments, how would we see an apartment contributing to the community around it? Well, not a great deal, let's be honest. We've got enough apartments, frankly. Despite being a connected world, we are disconnecting as human beings from each other, and we need to get back in front of each other. And a properly run theatre is a community hub. If you look at somewhere like Riverside Theatre out of Parramatta, you look at what that theatre does. It doesn't just do theatre. It does everything. It does weddings, bar mitzvahs, you name it. That theatre is doing things for its local community. A 300-seat theatre upstairs means that you've got something that could possibly stand on its own 2 feet, probably maybe with some kind of subscription season around it, etc. And the downstairs theatre gives you an opportunity, as all small theatres do, to experiment, to train up new people, to bring new people into the fold, and it can be used for small talk sessions, etc. So it gives you lots and lots of opportunities. So I think that's a terrific thing. If you have an idea for how the amphitheatre is going to be used, then that's great. I think they're great. But the fact that the stages, particularly that one stage is a proscenium arch stage, that is still the most popular way of doing theatre. You need to absolutely ensure that the theatre is completely kitted out in every possible way. So a really good quality PA, a good broad mix of lighting gear, a decent sound desk, a decent lighting desk, a selection of staging, different size legs, that kind of stuff. Everything that you can do to reduce the cost of making theatre, of building it, or of hiring things. All of that, as much of that stuff as you can reduce as possible in theatres nowadays, will allow grassroots theatres to thrive. So, in an increasingly expensive real estate world, theatres are endangered, greatly endangered, because once they're taken away, that land's too valuable for a theatre to be built on. So they talk about including theatres in other developments, but I haven't seen a lot of theatres going up in these developments. I think theatres need to be on neutral ground, so it's really good if they're freestanding buildings.
Please comment below if you're a friend of Marian Street Theatre. I know I am.